Hello and welcome to the Stamp Camp. I'm Glenda Calkins, your independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, coming to you live tonight via Facebook and YouTube, simultaneously, hopefully this time. Bill says we're good, so I should be live on Facebook as well as YouTube. Yes, I see that. Sweet. So tonight I have a quick and easy technique for you. It is using the wax paper resist technique. I did this technique a few weeks ago where we just crumpled up some wax paper and ironed it on our card. Well, tonight we are going to be doing the wax paper resist technique with embossing folders. So a little twist to that technique, so let's get started. All right, so this was the card I showed you a few weeks ago. This is the wax paper resist technique there on the bottom. It creates that cool, like almost animal print. Well, tonight we are going to be using an embossing folder to get that way cool print. So the embossing folder that I'm using tonight is from the Mini, and it is this winter snow embossing folder. Can you see that? It's all snowflakes, way cool. Another one that I just ordered today that I think this technique would be awesome with is the Cobwebs 3D embossing folder. So it's your spider webs. I think that would be way cool with this technique. So let's get started. You are going to need an iron, and I'm going to turn mine on, and high heat. We're going to have some copy paper. You're going to take your wax paper, now this is just from the grocery store, wax paper, and you're going to cut a piece to the size of your embossing folder. The next thing you're going to do is place it inside your embossing folder and run it through your die cut machine, which I've already went ahead and did. So you get this lovely, see that? Oh, isn't that pretty? Embossed piece of wax paper. So what you're going to do is you're going to place a piece of, I put copy paper down, then my Whisper White cardstock, my wax paper again, and then wax paper, or another piece of the Whisper White cardstock over the top, and then another piece of copy paper. So same thing we did that a couple weeks ago, except for this time we embossed the wax paper. So let's see if my iron is hot, and we'll just iron just like you're gonna iron. I don't iron clothes anymore, but it comes in handy for crafts, right? I'm sure you could probably start your paper on fire, so we won't do that. But I think I've melted that. What we're doing is melting that wax paper into our cardstock. So we're going to take that, and you will not see our results until you go ahead and apply the ink. Now there's a couple different ways that you can apply the ink. You can do direct to cardstock. You can use a sponge and sponge it, or you can use the sponge brayer. And I'm going to use the sponge brayer just because I think it goes quicker. On my card here, on this one, I did use the sponge, which I think you can get lots of different tones using the sponge. You can also, you know, do a little spot here and here and here and change your ink colors and make it any color that you want. I stuck with Bermuda Bay on that card, but tonight I am going to be using Balmy Blue. Thought we'd switched up, see what we like better. So I'm going to get some ink on this sponge brayer. So with this technique, you pretty much get 2 cards with the one technique. And I think the darker you put your ink on, the more your resist pops through. In this case, it would be those embossed snowflakes. I do kind of like the stripey look. Kind of gives a variation of color. And you can go in all different directions. You see how those snowflakes are starting to pop through on that cardstock? And now you see why I said the web, I think, will be very cool. I like all the different colors and shading I'm getting. But like I said, if you wanted to, you can use a sponge and then you would just sponge your color on. Whoops. Isn't that cool? I like all the different like stripe looks I got with the brayer. I guess the sponge kind of smooths it out and kind of takes off that excess ink. But see how that popped? Isn't that cool? So I'm going to leave it at that. And then I'll do the other one. You're going to get two, like I said. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and sponge it. Then it's done. It doesn't take that long. I'll do this one with the sponge. It's like invisible ink. And when you apply the ink to it, you see your snowflakes, your background up here. And you don't have to do circular motion. You can go up and down. I think the sponging maybe gives a little bit lighter look, more splotchy. I guess it really depends on the look that you're going for, what color, what look you like the best. I don't know, I like that one too. It's very hard to tell. I think that's pretty too. It gives you, it's almost like different shades of blue, which is very pretty. So now my question is, do we want this on a balmy blue card base or on a white card base? I like this one on the blue and I like that one on the white. There we go. Fold that in half. Where's my bone folder? Give me my adhesive. Fold this one in half. I think I like the deeper rich tone on the white and then the lighter blue on the balmy, but maybe that's just me. Then I went ahead and stamped the Merry Christmas, and I used the new bundle. This is the Celebration Tidings bundle. I used that Merry Christmas, and then it has these gorgeous dies with that, and that is in a bundle, and then it's in the mini as well. So I just stamped it, die cut it out, put some dimensionals on the back, Now, which one do I want? Because I didn't cut two of these, so I'll have to do one after, but I think this is pretty. Just like that. Then you gotta have your bling. You gotta have the bling. You got all these nice tiny little rhinestones, and you got all these gorgeous little snowflakes images here. So I just randomly picked a snowflake and stuck the little rhinestone in the center. So there was no rhyme or reason. I just kind of sporadically put them all over because I like my bling, and it just added to the sparkle of the snowflakes. Isn't that pretty? And how easy is that? So that is your wax paper resist with embossing folder. And the one I used tonight, whoops, is the, make sure I get that right, winter snow embossing folder. So here it is in the Bermuda Bay and then the balmy blue. Both are gorgeous. That is your Tuesday tip and technique for tonight. Thanks for tuning in. If you learned something new, make sure that you follow, like, and share my video. Appreciate that very much. If you need any of the supplies, you can visit my blog, www.thestampcamp.com. This is the Hostess code for August. That is it for tonight. Thanks for stopping by.